Shirley. I'm the director of the UCSC Opera Program, and I want to thank you all for being here to come see Gilbert and Sullivan's Iolanthe, which we have all been working on for almost a full year. So we're so thrilled to be here and just grateful for the opportunity. I just want to mention that there is a 15-minute intermission between the first and second act, and then you'll hear the bell to come back. And then just take a minute and notice the nearest exit is the other business. And just know that thank you so much for being here and supporting these wonderful students. You know, I spend, most weeks I spend upwards of 12 hours a week with them in their voice lessons and in their rep class and in their opera, and I just have so much care for them and so much respect for their work. And we're also so privileged to get to work with these beautiful players in the pit. Very, very thrilled to have them here today. Thank you, everybody. I thought I had something, yeah, so, and your being here is supporting our students because the price of your ticket, that money goes directly to funding our next opera production. So thank you for that. That's where it all goes, and we're so grateful for you being here. And if you like what you hear this evening, please tell your friends, because there are a few tickets left, and we'd love to get the chance to share this story with as many people as we can. Because of the events of the last night and this morning, we really feel strongly, and our students want to make sure that we make a statement about what has been happening and the sort of acknowledging that moment. So I want to hand the microphone over to them.
All right, we just wanted to say a quick word. We, the student company of Iolanthe, stand in full solidarity with our fellow students at the UCSC Gaza Solidarity Encampment and the UC Divest movement. Last night and today, fellow students faced brutal mass arrests from an army of militarized police called in from all over the state for peacefully protesting the school's financial entanglement with Palestinian genocide. We condemn the decision of UCSC administrators to unleash violence upon its students while holding them in inhumane conditions and denying them access to food, medical care, and denying press access to the premises.
We echoed the demands of our fellow students that the university divest from war and reinvest in students and their education. In the midst of ongoing genocide in Palestine, we encourage all audience members to donate and use your voice to demand a free Palestine. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
dancing. If you ask for special function of our never-ceasing motion, we reply without compunction that we haven't any notion. No, we haven't any notion, Dripping hither, nobody knows why or whither we must dance and we must sing round the world of fairy. If you ask us how we live, lovers all essentials give. We can write on lovers' eyes, love ourselves in lovers' eyes, breathe ourselves in lovers' tears, love ourselves with lovers' fears, arm ourselves with lovers' hearts, hide ourselves in lovers' hearts, when you discover that we all must live on love. Yes, we live on love. Dripping hither, nobody knows why or whither we must dance and we must sing round the heart of fairy. We are dainty little fairies, ever singing, ever dancing. We indulge in our vagaries in a fashion most entrancing, most entrancing, most entrancing. Tripping hither, nobody knows why or whither.
It's all very well, but since our queen banished Iolanthe, fairy rebels have not been what they were.
Iolanthe was the life and soul of fairyland. Why, she wrote all our songs and arranged all our dances. We sing her songs and we trip her measures, but we don't enjoy ourselves.
To think it's been 25 years since Iolanthe was banished. What could she have done to have deserved so terrible a punishment?
Something awful. She married a mortal.
Is it injudicious to marry a mortal?
Injudicious? It strikes at the root of our whole fairy system. By our laws, the fairy who marries a mortal dies.
Oh, but Iolanthe didn't die.
No, because your queen, who loved her with a surpassing love, commuted her sentence to penal servitude for life, on condition that she left her husband without a word of explanation and never communicated with him again.
And that sentence of penal servitude she is now working out at the bottom of that stream?
Yes, but when I banished her, I gave her all the pleasant places of the earth to dwell in. I'm sure I never meant that she should live at the bottom of that stream. It makes me perfectly wretched to think of the discomfort she must have undergone.
To think of the damp, and her chest was always delicate.
And the frogs! I shall never enjoy any peace of mind until I know why Iolanthe went to live among the frogs.
Then why not summon her and ask her?
Why? Because if I set eyes on her, I should forgive her at once.
Then why not forgive her?
25 years. It's a long time.
Think how we loved her.
Loved her? What was your love to mine? Why, she was invaluable to me. Who taught me to curl myself inside a buttercup? Iolanthe. Who taught me to swing upon a cobweb? Iolanthe. Who taught me to dive into a dewdrop, to nestle in a nutshell, to gamble upon gossamer? Iolanthe.
She certainly did surprising things.
Give her back to us, great queen, for your sake, if not for ours.
Oh, I should be strong, but I am weak. I should be marble, but I am clay. Her punishment has been heavier than I intended. I never meant that she should live among the frogs. And, well,
It shall be as you wish.
Iolanthe, from thy dark exile, that summoned, come to
decide to live at the bottom of that stream?
To be near my son, Strephon.
Your son! Bless my heart, I didn't know you had a son.
He was born soon after I left my husband, by your royal command. But he doesn't even know of his father's existence.
How old is he?
24.
24? No one to look at you would think you had a son of 24. But, of course, that's one of the advantages of being immortal. We never grow old.
Oh. Is he pretty? He's extremely pretty.
Oh!
But he's inclined to be stout.
Oh!
I see no objection to stoutness in moderation.
Oh, and what is he?
He's an Arcadian shepherd.
Oh.
And he loves Phyllis, a ward in Chancery.
A mere shepherd? And he half a fairy?
He's a fairy down to the waist, but his legs are mortal.
Dear me! I have no reason to suppose that I am more curious than other people, but I should confess, I would like to see a person who's a fairy down to the waist, but whose legs are mortal.
Nothing easier, for here he comes!
morrow, good morrow. By some means or other, pray banish your sorrow. With joy beyond telling, my bosom is swelling, so join in a measure expressive of pleasure. For I'm to be married today, today. Yes, I'm to be married today.
Yes, he's to be married today, today. Yes, he's to be married today.
Then the Lord Chancellor has at last given his consent to your marriage with his beautiful ward Phyllis?
Not he indeed. To all my tearful prayers he answers me, a shepherd lad is no fit helpmate for a ward of chancery. I stood there in court, and there I sang him songs of Arcady, with flageolet accompaniment, in vain. At first he seemed amused, so did the bar, but quickly wearying of my song and pipe, he bade me get out. A servile usher then, in crumpled bands and rusty bombazine, led me, still singing, into Chancery Lane. I'll go no more. I'll marry her today and brave the upshot, be what it may. But who are these?
Oh, Strephon, rejoice with me. My queen has pardoned me.
Pardoned you, mother? This is good news indeed.
And these are my beloved sisters.
Your sisters? Then they are my aunts.
May I present a piece of news for your bride on her wedding day?
Hush! My bride knows nothing of my fairyhood. I dare not tell her lest it frighten her. She thinks me mortal and prefers me so.
Your fairyhood doesn't seem to have done you much good.
Much good? It's the curse of my existence. What's the use of being half a fairy? My body can creep through a keyhole, but what's the good of that when my legs are left kicking behind? I can make myself invisible down to the waist, but that's of no use when my legs remain exposed to view. My brain is a fairy brain, but from the waist downward, I'm a gibbering idiot. My upper half is immortal, but my lower half grows older every day, and someday or other must die of old age. I mean, what's to happen to my upper half when I've buried my lower half? I really don't know.
I can see your difficulty, but with a fairy brain, you shall seek an intellectual sphere of action. Let me see. I've a borough or two at my disposal. Would you like to go into Parliament?
A fairy member. That would be delightful.
I'm afraid I should do no good there. You see, down to the waist, I'm a Tory of the most determined description. But my legs are a couple of confounded radicals, and on a division they'd be sure to steer me into the wrong lobby. You see, they're 2-1, which is a strong working majority.
Don't let that distress you. You shall be returned as a liberal conservative, and your legs shall be of our peculiar care. Yes.
I see your majesty does not do things by halves.
No, we are fairies down to the feet. Very well, attractive stranger.
Very well, attractive stranger.
Shouldst thou be in doubt or danger, peril or perplexity, call us and we'll come.
Yes, we're to be married today. My Phyllis, and today we're to be made happy forever.
Well, we're to be married.
It's the same thing.
I suppose it is. Well, Strephon, I tremble at the step we're taking. I believe it's penal servitude for life to marry a ward of court without the Lord Chancellor's consent. I shall be of age in 2 years. Don't you think you could wait 2 years?
2 years? You can't have seen yourself. Here, look at this, and tell me if you think it's reasonable to expect me to wait 2 years.
Oh, no. Quite right. One must be reasonable.
Besides, who knows what might happen in 2 years? Why, you might fall in love with the Lord Chancellor himself by that time.
He's a clever old gentleman.
As it is, half the House of Lords is sighing at your feet.
The House of Lords is certainly extremely attentive.
Attentive? I should think they were. Why did 25 Liberal peers come down to shoot over your grass plot last autumn? Don't tell me it was the sparrows. And why did 25 Conservative peers come down to fish in your pond? Don't tell me it was the goldfish. No, delays are dangerous, and if we are to marry, the sooner the better.
To one another, I to
lords embody the law. Constitutional guardian eye of pretty young lords in chancery, all very agreeable girls and none are over the age of 21. Affairs of occupation for the House Assembly Chancellor. Affairs of occupation for the House Assembly Chancellor. But though the compliment implied inflates me with Lieutenant Pride, it nevertheless can't be denied that it has its inconvenient side. I'm not so good and I'm not so plain, and I'm quite prepared to go again. But the fee that used to pay, and the Lord if I fell in love with one of my walks. Which rather drives my temper for on such a susceptible chancellor. Which rather drives his temper for on such a susceptible chancellor. And everyone who'd marry or ward must come to me for my accord, and in my court I sit all day, leaving agreeable girls obey. One for him and one for he, and one for you and one for me, and one for thou and one for thee, but never, oh never, oh one for me. He's exasperating for the highly susceptible chancellor. Which is exasperating for the highly susceptible chancellor.
Suppose we proceed to the business of the day.
By all means. Philip, who is a ward of court, has so powerfully affected your lordships that you have appealed to me in a body to give her to whichever one of you she may think proper to select. A noble lord has gone to her cottage to request her immediate attendance. It would be idle to deny that I have the singular misfortune to be attracted by this young person. My regard for her is rapidly undermining my constitution. 3 months ago, I was a stout man. I need say no more. If I could reconcile it with my duty, I should unhesitatingly award her to myself, for I can conscientiously say that I know no man who is so well fitted to render her exceptionally happy. But such an award would be open to misconstruction, and therefore, at whatever personal inconvenience, I waive my claim.
My lord, I desire, on the part of this house, to express its sincere sympathy with your lordship's most painful position.
I thank your lordships. The feelings of a Lord Chancellor who is in love with the ward of court are not to be envied. What is his position? Can he give his own consent to his own marriage with his own ward? Can he marry his own ward without his own consent? And if he marries his own ward without his own consent, can he commit himself for contempt of his own court? Can he appear by counsel before himself to move for arrest of his own judgment? Ah, my lord, this is indeed painful to have to sit upon a woolsack which is stuffed with thorns such as these.
Oh, lords, I have the pleasure to announce to your lordships that I have succeeded in persuading the young lady to present herself at the bar of this very house.
How beautiful, how gentle, how dutiful. Of all the young ladies I know, this pretty young lady's the fairest. Her lips have the rosiest show. Her eyes are the richest and rarest. Her origin's lowly, it's true, but of birth and position I've plenty. I've grammar and spelling for 2, and blood and behavior for 20.
the house have diverged of every conceivable motion. All questions of party are merged in a frenzy of love and devotion. If you ask us distinctly to say which party we claim to belong to, we reply without doubt or delay, the party we're singing this song to. If you ask us distinctly to say, we reply without doubt or delay, the party we claim to belong to is the party we're singing this song to. The party we claim to belong to is the party we're singing this song to.
I'm very much paid to refuse, but I'll stick to my pipes and my tables. I can swear on the words that I use, that my grammar's as good as my neighbor's. As for birth, I was born like the rest. My behavior is rustic, not haughty, and I know where to turn for the best when I want to take you along.
Though my station is none of the best, I suppose she was born like the rest. She knows where to look for her party when she wants a particular party. She knows where to look for her party.
They tempt me not to do well, for not be bound. In lonely grot, all alone is virtue found.
No, indeed, high rank will never hurt you. The peerage is not destitute of virtue. Span not the nobly born with love affected, not treat with virtuous scorn the well-connected. High rank involves no shame, we boast an equal claim with him of humble men to be respected. Blue blood, when virtue's love is sought, thy power is not, though dating from the flood, blue blood, blue blood. Virtue's love is sought, thy power is not, though dating from the flood, blue blood, blue blood. Spare us the bitter pain of stern denials, nor with low-born disdain augment our trials. Hearts just as pure and fair may beat in Belgrave Square as in the lowly air of Seven Dials. Blue blood, of what availeth thou to serve us now? Though dating from the flood, blue blood, blue blood. Of what availeth thou to serve us now? Though
heaven, mine this priceless treasure. Against the world, I claim my darling's hand. A shepherd I,
A shepherd he,
of Arcady,
of Arcady,
betrothed are we,
betrothed are they,
and mean to be
espoused today. A shepherd he, of Arcady, a shepherd he, of Arcady, betrothed are they, and mean to be espoused today. Neath this blow, western up of dagger, though we momentarily stagger, in each heart, rather we innately, let's depart, dignified and stately, let's depart, dignified and stately, 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 dignified and stately.
Chancery. I go by nature's acts of parliament. The bees, the breeze, the seas, the rocks, the brooks, the gales, the vales, the fountains, and the mountains cry, you love this maiden, take her, we command you. 'Tis writ in heaven by the bright brarbed dart that leaps forth into lurid light from each grim thundercloud. The very rain pours forth her sad and sullen sympathy. When chorused nature bids me take my love, shall I reply, nay, but a certain chancellor forbids it. Sir, you are England's Lord High Chancellor, but are you Chancellor of the birds and the trees, King of the winds and Prince of thunderclouds? No.
It's a nice point. I don't know that I ever met it before. But my difficulty is that at present there is no evidence before the court that chorused nature has interested herself in the matter.
No evidence? You have my word for it. I tell you, she bade me take my love.
Ah, but my good sir, you mustn't tell us what she told you. It's not evidence. Now, an affidavit from a thunderstorm, or a few words on oath from a heavy shower, would meet with all the attention they deserve.
And have you the heart to apply the prosaic rules of evidence to a case which bubbles over with poetical emotion?
Distinctly. I have always kept my view strictly before my eyes, and it is to that fact that I owe my advancement to my present distinguished position. When I went to the bar as a very young man, said I to myself, said I'll work on a new and original plan. Said I to myself, said I'll never assume that a rogue or a thief is a gentleman where the implicit belief, because his attorney has sent me a brief. Said I to myself, said I'll never throw dust in a juryman's eyes, said I to myself, said or hoodwink a judge who is not overwise, said I to myself, said or assume that the witness is summoned in force, an exchequer queen's bench common pleas or divorce, and render themselves as a matter of course, said I to myself, said And I I go into court, I will read my brief through, said I to myself, said I, and I'll never take work I'm unable to do, said I to myself, said I, my learned profession I'll never disgrace, by taking a fee with a grin on my face, when I haven't been there to attend to the case, said I to myself, said I. In other professions in which men engage, said I to myself, said I, the army, the navy, the church, the state! Said I to myself, said I, professional license if carried too far, no chance of promotion may certainly mar, and I fancy that rule might apply to the bar, said I to myself, said I.
Just as I was on the point of making you my own. It is too much. It is too much.
My son in tears, and on his wedding day.
Oh, my wedding day. Oh, mother, weep with me, for the law has interposed between us, and the Lord Chancellor has separated us forever.
The Lord Chancellor? Oh, if he did but know.
If he did but know what?
No matter. The Lord Chancellor has no power over you. Remember, you are half a fairy. You can defy him. Down to the waist.
Yes, but from the waist downward he can commit me to prison for years. Of what avail is it that my body goes free if my legs are working out 7 years penal servitude?
True, but take heart. Remember, our queen has granted you her special protection. I'll go to her and lay your peculiar case before her.
Beloved mother, how can I repay the debt I owe you? Chase the gloom away, on thee I'll call.
What was that?
I think I heard him say that on a rainy day, to while the time away on her he'd call.
We think we heard him say that on a rainy day, to while the time away on her he'd call.
On Olympus wreck thy bark, and all is drear and dark. If thou shouldst need an ark, I'll give thee one.
What was that?
I had the mixed remark she'd meet him after dark inside St. James's Park and give him one.
The mixed remark, she'd meet him after dark inside St. James's Park and give him one.
The prospect's not so bad, my heart's so sore and sad, may very soon be glad as summer song. For when the sky is dark and tempests wreck thy bark, if thou shouldst need an ark, she'll give him one. Give him one. Give him one. to me kindly, this lady's my mother.
This lady's his what?
This lady's my mother.
This lady's his what?
He says she's his mother.
What means this marathon simply that shakes the listening girl?
The joke is good extremely and justifies our man.
This gentleman is seen with a maid of 17, a taking of his dolce far niente. And one does he the key, for he asks us to believe she's his mother and he's nearly 25.
Recollect yourself, I pray, and be careful what you say, as the ancient Roman said, festinolente. For I really do not see how so young a girl could be the mother of a man of 25.
My lords of evidence, I have no dearth. She has been my mother from my birth. In babyhood, upon her lap I lay, with infant food she moistened my clay. Had she withheld the succor she supplied, I hunger quelled, your Strephon might have died.
Had that refreshment been denied, indeed our Strephon might have died.
Had that refreshment been denied, indeed our Strephon might have died. But when she's not his mother, it appears, why grief is but unnecessary tears. And by what long should we so joyously rejoice because our Strephon didn't die? Oh, rather let us hype our because our Strephon didn't die.
That's very true, let's fight our eye. Because our Strephon didn't die.
Oh, treacherous one, forever we must part. To one of you, my lords, I give my heart.
Oh, rapture! Oh, rapture!
Not a word you did deceive me. You did deceive me.
Not a word you did deceive her.
For riches and rank I do not know the pleasures of balls and May. I gave up the love of a lowly throne for the love of a simple slave. But now that
No, no. Oh, ho. No, no. Oh, ho. Mighty protectress, hasten to my aid.
Tripping hither, nobody knows why or whither. Why you want us, we don't know, but you summon us, and so enter all the little fairies to their usual tripping measure. To oblige you, all our care is, tell us, pray, what is your pleasure?
The lady of my love has caught me talking to another.
Oh, fine, our Strephon is a rogue.
I tell her very plainly that the lady is my mother. She won't believe my statements and declares we must be parted, because on a career of double dealing I have started, and gives a hand to one of these and leaves me broken-hearted.
A cruel words to part two faithful lovers from each other.
Oh, fine, our Strephon's not a rogue.
You've done him an injustice, for the lady is his mother.
Taradiddle, toll-lolly.
That fiddle cut me service her as well as any other. I didn't see her face, but if they fought with one another. And she's not 17, I don't believe it was his mother.
Toll-lolly.
I have often had a use for a therapeutic excuse of a son which is English for repented. But of all I ever heard, this is much most absurd. For she's 17 and he is 5 and 20.
For she is 17 and he is only 5 and 20. Oh, fine, our Strephon is a rogue.
Now listen, pray to me, for this paradox shall be carried nobody at all contradicente. Her age upon the date of his birth was -8. If she's 17 and he is 5 and 20.
For she is 17 and he is only 5 and 20.
To say she is his mother is an utter piece of folly. Oh, fine, our Strephon's not a rogue. Perhaps his brain is adamant and is very melancholy. Taradiddle, toll-lolly. I wouldn't say a word that could be construed as injurious, but to find a mother younger than his son is very curious. For that's the kind of mother that is usually fearless. Taradiddle, toll-lolly.
Go away, madam, I should say, madam, you display, madam, shocking taste. It is rude, madam, to intrude, madam, with your brood, madam, brazen face. You come here, madam, interfere, madam, with the pair, madam, I am one. You're aware, madam, what you dare, madam, so take care, madam, and be gone.
Let us say, madam, I should say, madam, you display, madam, shocking taste. It is rude, madam, to allude, madam, to your brood, madam, brazen-faced. We don't fear, madam, any fear, madam, though my dear, madam, this is one. They will stare, madam, when aware, madam, when they dare, madam, when they don't.
Bearded by these puny mortals, I will launch from fairy portals all the most terrific thunders in my armory of wonders.
Shall they launch terrific wonders?
Say, madam, I should say, madam, you display, madam, shocking taste. It is rude, madam, to intrude, madam, to your brood, madam, brazen-faced.
We don't fear, madam, any fear, madam, though my dear, madam, this is one.
They will stare, madam, what you dare, madam, so take care, madam, so take care, madam, what you say. Oh, where what you dare, so take care and be
It's highly necessary your tongue to teach respectful speech, your attitude to vary. fairy. Your badinage so airy, your manner arbitrary, are out of place when face to face with an influential fairy.
We never knew we were talking to an influential fairy.
A plague on this vulgarity, I'm in a nice quandary of hasty tone with dames unknown. I ought to be more chary. It seems that she's a fairy from Anderson's library, and I took her for the proprietor of the ladies' seminary.
We took her for the proprietor of a ladies' seminary.
When next your house is to assemble, you may tremble.
When gentlemen offend us is tremendous. They meet who underrate a calling to the calling.
Take down a sentence as we speak it, and he shall wreak it.
Oh, spare us!
Hands for Strephon cast away, crooks and pipes and ribbons away, forks and curls that beat and blow. Into Parliament you shall go.
Into Parliament he shall go, that by the supreme authority he'll command a large majority. Into Parliament, 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 he shall go. Into Parliament he shall go. Into Parliament, 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 he shall go. Into Parliament he shall go.
In the parliamentary hive, liberal or conservative, Whig or Tory, I don't know, but into Parliament you shall go.
Into Parliament he shall go, that by the supreme authority he'll command a large majority. Into Parliament, 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 he shall go. Into Parliament he shall go. Into Parliament, 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 he shall go. Into Parliament he shall go.
Every bill and every measure that may gratify his pleasure, though your fury it arouses, shall be passed by both your houses.
How?
You shall sit, if he sees a reason, through the grouse and salmon season.
No!
He shall end the childish rites you enjoy on Wednesday nights.
No! No!
He shall prick that annual blister, marriage with deceased wife's sister.
Mercy!
Title shall ennoble then all of the common council.
Spare us!
Here shall team in Christendom, and the Duke's exalted station be attainable by competitive examination.
Pursue on one, prevent, prevention to oppose those to chase monotony. He exercises of his brains, that is, assuming that he's got any. Though never nurtured in the lap of luxury, yet I admonish you, I am an intellectual chap, and think of things that would astonish you. I often think it's comical, la la la, la la la, how nature always does contrive, la 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 la, that every boy and every girl that's born into the world alive is either a little liberal or else a little conservative. La la la, la la la, is either a little liberal or else a little conservative. La la la. When in that house MPs divide, if they've a brain or cerebellum too, they've got to leave that brain outside and vote just as their leaders tell them to. But then the prospect of a lot of dull MPs in close proximity, all thinking for themselves is what no man can face with equanimity. Then let's rejoice with loud parole, la la la, la la la, that nature always does contrive, la 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 la, that every boy and every girl that's born into the world alive is either a little liberal or else a little conservative. La la la, la la la, is either a little liberal or else a little conservative. La la la.
Streppon's a member of Parliament, carries every bill he chooses, to his measures all assent, join the Fairies have their uses. Whigs and Tories dim their glories, giving an ear to all his stories. Lords and Commons are both in the blues. Strephon makes them shake in their shoes, shake in their shoes, shake in their shoes, shake in their shoes, shake in their shoes. Strephon makes them shake in their shoes, in their shoes.
Streppon's a member of Parliament, learning a mark of all abuses, his unqualified assent, somehow nobody now refuses. Whigs and Tories dim their glories, giving an ear to all his stories, carrying every bill they wish. He is a pretty kettle of fish, kettle of fish, kettle of fish, kettle of fish, kettle of fish. He is a pretty kettle of fish.
Strephon's a member of Parliament, carries every bill he chooses, to his measures all assent, carries every bill he may wish, carries
Perfectly disgraceful. Disgusting.
Oh, you seem annoyed.
Annoyed? I should think so. Why, this ridiculous protege of yours is playing the deuce with everything. Tonight is the second reading of his bill to throw the peerage open to competitive examination.
And he'll carry it, too.
He'll carry it. Of course he'll carry it. He's a parliamentary pickfoot. He carries everything.
Yes, if you please, that's our fault.
Deuce it is.
Oh, yes. We influence the members and compel them to vote just how he wishes them to.
It's our system. It shortens the debates.
Well, but think what it all means. I don't so much mind myself, but with a house of peers with no grandfathers worth mentioning, the country must go to the dogs.
I suppose it must.
I don't want to say a word against brains. I have a great respect for brains. Often wish I had some myself. But with the House of Peers composed exclusively of people of intellect, what's to become of the House of Commons?
I never thought of that.
Never thought of it. This is what comes of women interfering in politics. It so happens that if there's an institution in Great Britain which is not susceptible to any improvement at all, it is the House of Peers. And Britain really ruled the waves in good Queen Mary's time. The House of Peers made no pretense to intellectual eminence or scholarship sublime. Yet Britain won her proudest days in good Queen Bess's glorious days. Yet Britain won her proudest days in good Queen Bess's glorious days.
Yes, Britain won her proudest days in good Queen Bess's glorious days.
When Wellington thrashed Bonaparte, as every child can tell, the House of Peers throughout the war did nothing in particular, and did it very well. Yet Britain won her proudest days in good King George's glorious days. Yet Britain won her proudest days in good King George's glorious days.
Yes, Britain won her proudest days in good King George's glorious days.
And while the House of Peers beholds its legislative hand, and noble statesmen do not itch to interfere in matters which they do not understand. As bright will shine Great Britain's rays as in King George's glorious days. As bright will shine Great Britain's rays as in King George's glorious days.
As bright will shine Great Britain's rays as in King George's glorious days.
Charming persons!
Charming persons, are they not?
Distinctly, with self-contained dignity combined with airy condescension. Give me a British representative, Pia!
Then pray stop this protege of yours before it's too late. Think of the mischief you're doing.
But we can't stop him now. Aren't they lovely? Oh, why did you go and defy us, you great geese? In vain to ask you plead, don't go. Your prayers we do not heed, don't go. It's true we sigh, but don't suppose a tearful life forgiveness shows. Oh no, we're very cross indeed. Yes, very cross. Don't go.
Oh!
It's true we sigh.
wicked peers, you wicked peers.
Don't go.
You break our laws, you are our foe. We cry because we hate you so. Oh no, you very wicked peers, you wicked peers. Don't go.
Our disrespectful sneers, ha ha, call for indignant tears, ha ha, if that's the case, my dears.
Don't go.
We'll go.
Oh, he's so cute. Wait,
Shame! Shame upon you! Is this your fidelity to the laws you are bound to obey? Know ye not that it is death to marry a mortal?
Yes, but it's not death to wish to marry a mortal.
If it were, you'd have to execute us all.
No, this is weakness. Subdue it.
Oh, we know it's weakness, but the weakness is so strong.
We are not all as tough as you are.
Tough? Do you suppose that I am insensible to the effects of manly beauty? Look at that man! A perfect picture. And who are you, sir?
Private Willis, B Company, 1st Battalion, Genadier Guards.
You're a very fine fellow, sir.
I am generally admired.
I can quite understand it. Now, here is a man whose physical attributes are simply godlike. That man has the most extraordinary effect upon me. Oh, if I yielded to a natural impulse, I should fall down and worship that man. Him. But I mortify this inclination. I wrestle with it, and it lies beneath my feet. This is how I treat my regard for that man. Oh, foolish faith, think you because his bravery my bosom falls, I'd disobey our fairy laws, because I fly in realms above, in tendency to fall in love. Resemble I the amorous dove, resemble I the amorous dove. Oh, amorous dove, type of Ovidius Naso, this heart of mine is soft as thine, although I dare not say so. Oh, amorous dove, type of Ovidius Naso, this heart of mine is soft as thine, although I dare not say so. On fire that glows with heat intense, I turn the hose of common sense, and out it goes at small expense. We must maintain a fairy law, that is the main on which to draw, in that we gain a captain sure, in that we
own mother, considerably younger than himself.
Willis, my own.
Oh, don't! How dare you? Oh, I suppose you're one of the noblemen I'm engaged to.
I'm one of them.
Oh, well, how came you to have a peerage?
Well, it's a prize for being born first.
I see, a sort of derby cup.
Oh, not at all. I'm of a very old and distinguished family.
And you're proud of your race. Of course you are. You won it. But why are people made peers?
The principle is not easy to explain.
Willis, my darling!
Here's the other. Well, have you decided which it's to be?
Not altogether. It's a difficult position. It would be hardly delicate to toss up. On the whole, we would rather leave it to you.
How can it possibly concern me? You're both earls, and you're both rich, and you're both plain.
So we are. At least I am.
So am I!
No.
Oh, I am indeed very plain.
Well, perhaps you are.
Well, there's really nothing to choose between you. If one of you should forego his title and distribute his estates among his Irish tenantry, then I should say reason for accepting the other.
Tomorrow, are you prepared to make this sacrifice?
No.
Oh, not even to oblige a lady?
No.
Then the only question is, which of us shall give way to the other? I suppose on the whole she might be happier with me. I don't know. Could be wrong.
No, I don't know that you are. I really think she would. But the painful part of the thing is that if you rob me of the girl of my heart, one of us must perish.
Again, the question arises, which shall it be? And do you feel inclined to make such a sacrifice?
No.
Not even to oblige a gentleman?
Impossible! The Lolas have invariably destroyed their successful rivals. It's a family tradition I have sworn to respect.
I see. And did you swear it before a commissioner?
I did, on affidavit.
Then I don't see how you can help yourself.
It's a painful position, for I have a strong regard for you, George.
Thomas.
You are very dear to me, George. We were boys together, at least I was. If I were to destroy you, my existence would be hopelessly embittered.
Well, then you must not do so. I say it again and again, dear Thomas. If it has had this effect on you, you must not do so. No. If one of us is to destroy the other, let it be me.
No!
By our boyish friendship, I implore you.
Well, be it so. But no, I cannot consent to an act which would crush you with unavailing remorse.
Oh, but it would not do so. You know, dear Thomas, I like you very much, but not perhaps so much as you like me.
Oh, you're a noble fellow, George, but that telltale tear betrays you. No, George, you are very fond of me, and I cannot consent to give you a week's uneasiness on my account.
But it would not last a week. Consider, dear Thomas, you leave the House of Lords. Upon your demise, I should take your place. No, you would not last a day.
Oh, it's very kind and thoughtful of you to look at it in that light, but there's no disguising it, George. We're in a very awkward position.
Now, I do hope you're not going to fight over me, because it really isn't worthwhile.
Oh, I don't believe it is.
And all right. The sacred ties of friendship are paramount. No consideration shall induce me to raise my hand against Thomas.
Oh, and in my eyes, the life of George is more sacred than love itself. Though perhaps I may incur your blame, the things are few I would not do in friendship's name.
And I may say I think the same, not even love should rank above to friendship's name.
In friendly pray be mine the blame, forget your praise and do your ways. In friendship's name, in friendship's name.
unrequited robs me of my rest. Love, hopeless love, my ardent soul encumbers. Love, nightmare-like, lies heavy on my chest and weaves itself into my midnight slumbers. When you're lying awake with a dismal headache and repose is tabooed by anxiety, I conceive you may use any language you choose to indulge in without impropriety. For your brain is on fire, the bedclothes conspire of usual slumber to plunder you. First your counterpane goes and uncovers your toes, then the sheet slips demurely from under you. Then the blanketing tickles, you feel like mixed pickles, so terribly sharp is the pricking. And you're hot and you're cross and you tumble and toss till there's nothing twixt you and the ticking. Then the bedclothes all creep to the ground in a heap and you pick them all up in a tangle. Next your pillow resigns and politely declines to remain at its usual angle. Well, you get some repose in the form of a doze with hot eyeballs and head of an aching. But your slumbering keeps that horrible drink that you'd very much better be waking. For you dream you are crossing the channel and tossing about in a steamer from Harwich, which is something between a large bathing machine and a very small second-class carriage. And you're giving a 3-penny ice and cold meat to a party of friends and relations. They're a ravenous horde and they all came aboard at some swells at Kensington stations. And bound on the journey you find your attorney who started that morning from Devon. He's a bit undersized and you don't feel surprised when he tells you he's only 11. Well, you're driving like mad with a singular lad by the partnerships now a four-wheeler. And your brain ground games and he called you bad names when you tell him the ties with the dealer. But this you can't stand, so you throw up your hand and you find it as cold as an icicle. In your shirt and your socks and accidental clocks crossing Southbury Plain on a bicycle. And he and the crew are on bicycles too, which they've somehow or other invested in. And he's telling the tars on the particulars of a company he's interested in. It's a scheme of devices to get at low prices or goods from complex just cables. You tickle the sailors by treating retailers as though they were all vegetables. You get to good spadesmen to plant a small tradesman, best take all his fruits with a boom tree. And his leg will take root and his fingers will fruit and will blossom in bud like a fruit tree. From the clinker of the tree you get grapes and green peas, cauliflower, pineapple and cranberries. For the pastry cook plant, cherry granny, plant, apple puffs, corners and barberries. The shares are a penny and ever so many are taken by restaurant and dairy. And just as if you won a lottery, you awake with a shudder of despair. You're a regular wreck with a crick in your neck and no wonder you snore for your head's on the floor. And it needles and things when your sores to your shins and your flesh is a green for your lap like a sleep. You grab in your toes and a fly on your nose and a flop in your mouth. You will down with a thirst that's intense and a general sense that you're sleeping in clover. But the darkness has passed and it's daylight at last. And the night has been warm, ditto, ditto, my song. And thank goodness they're both of them.
I am much distressed to see your lordship in this condition.
Oh, my lord, where's my line? It is seldom that a Lord Chancellor has reason to envy the position of another. But I'm free to that I would rather be 2 earls engaged to Willis than any other half-dozen noblemen upon the face of the globe.
Yes, in a way, it's an enviable position.
Yes, no doubt. Most enviable. At the same time, seeing you thus, we naturally say to ourselves, this is very sad. His lordship is constitutionally as brave as a bird. He sits upon the bench like a thing of song and gladness. His series of judgments in F sharp, given on Dante in 6/8 time, are among the most remarkable effects ever to be produced in the Court of Chancery. He is perhaps the only living instance of a judge whose decrees have received the honor of a double encore. How then shall we bring ourselves to deprive the Court of Chancery of one of its most attractive features?
I feel the force of your remarks, but I cannot make up my mind to apply to myself again. I am here, in a double capacity. Firstly, as a Lord Chancellor entrusted with the guardianship of this charming girl, and secondly, as a suitor for her hand. In my latter capacity, I'm overawed by my dignity. In my former capacity, I hesitate to approach myself. It unnerves me.
It's a difficult position. This is what it is to have two capacities. Let us be thankful that we are persons of no capacity whatever.
But take courage. Remember, you are a very just and kindly old gentleman, and you need have no hesitation in approaching yourself, so long as you do so respectfully and with a proper show of deference.
Do you really think so? Well, I will nerve myself to another effort, and if that fails, I will resign myself to fate.
If you go in, you're sure to win. Yours will be the charming maiden. Be your love, the ancient saw. Fate hath never won, fair lady. Never, never, never. Fate hath never won, fair lady. It has an end when at the worst affairs we mend. Dog the dawn when day is nigh. Hustle your horse and don't say die.
He who shies at such a price is not worth a man of 80. Be so kind to bear in mind, fate hath never won fair lady. Never, 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 fate hath never won fair lady. While the sun shines, make your hay. Where a will is, there is a way. Build the lion in his lair. None but the brave deserve the fair.
I'll take heart and make a start, though I fear the prospect shady. Much I spend to gain my end. Fate hath never won, fair lady. Never, never, never. Fate hath never won, fair lady.
Nothing venture, nothing win. Nothing but water spin. In for a penny, in for a pound. It's love that makes the world go round. Nothing venture, nothing win. Nothing but water spin. In for a penny, in for a pound. It's love that makes the world go round.
My bill has now been read a second time. His ready vote no member now refuses. In vanity I will a power sublime, and one that I can turn to mighty uses. What joy to carry in the very teeth of ministry, course, bench, and opposition some rather urgent measures right beneath the ken of patriot and politician. Fold your flapping wings, soaring leisure. your tale. Bitter is your pain. Terrible your trials. Dingy dreary lane. Soap the 7 dials. Take a wretched thief through the city sneaking, pocket handkerchief ever seeking. What is he but I, robbed of all my chances, picking pockets by force of circumstances. I might be as bad, as unlucky rather, if I only had paid for a father.
Strephon!
Phyllis! But I suppose I should say, my lady, I've not yet been informed which title your ladyship is pleased to elect.
I haven't quite decided yet. You see, I have no mother to advise me.
No, I have.
Yes, a young mother.
Not very. A couple of centuries or so.
She wears well.
She does. She's a fairy.
I beg your pardon? A what?
Oh, I've no longer any reason to conceal the fact. She's a fairy.
A fairy? Well, that would explain a good many things. But why didn't you tell me this before?
I thought you should take a disliking to me. But seeing as it's all off, you may as well know the truth. I'm only half a mortal.
Which half?
The upper half, down to the waistcoat.
Oh. Well, there's nothing to show for it.
I didn't tell you sooner because I thought you should take a disliking to me. You see, if we are to marry, all sorts of difficulties will arise. My grandmother is quite as young as my mother looking. So are all my aunts.
Oh, no, I quite understand. Whenever I see you kissing a very young lady, I shall know she's an elderly relative.
You will? Then, Phyllis, I think we should be very happy.
We won't wait long before we marry.
No, we'll get married first.
And change our minds afterwards.
Yeah, that's the usual course. If we're weak enough to tarry ere we marry, you and I, of the feeling I inspire, you may tire by and by, for peers with flowing coffers, rest their offers, that is why I am sure we should not tarry ere we marry, you and I.
If we're weak enough to tarry, we marry you and I, with the more attractive maiden to a maiden you may fly. If by chance we should be parted, broken-hearted I should die. So I think we will not tarry ere we marry you and I.
If we're weak enough to tarry ere we marry you and I, of the feeling I inspired, you may tire by and by. Of the feeling I inspired, you may tire by and by.
If we're weak enough to tarry ere we marry you and I,
Of the feeling I inspired, you may tire by and by. So I think we will not tarry ere we marry you and I, you and I, you and
does your mother know is she aware of our engagement?
She is, and thus she welcomes her daughter-in-law.
Oh, she kisses just like other people. Oh, but the Lord Chancellor.
I had forgotten him. Mother, none can resist your fairy eloquence. You will go to him and plead for us?
Go to him. No, impossible.
But our happiness, our very lives depend upon obtaining his consent.
Oh, madam, you cannot refuse to do this.
You know not what you ask. The Lord Chancellor is my husband.
Your husband?
My husband and your father.
Then of course it's plain. Upon learning that Strephon is his son, all objections to our marriage will be at once removed.
Nay, he was never known. He believes me to have died childless. And dearly as I love him, I am bound under penalty of death not to deceive him. But see, he comes. Quick, my veil!
Victory! Victory! Success has crowned my efforts, and I may consider myself engaged to Willis. At first I wasn't here. It was out of the question. But I took heart. I pointed out to myself that I was no stranger to myself. In point of fact, I had been personally acquainted with myself for some years. This I didn't think. I admitted that I had watched my professional advancement with considerable interest, and I handsomely added that I yielded to no one in admiration for my private and professional virtues. This was a great point gained. I then endeavored to work upon my feelings. Conceive my joy when I distinctly perceived a tear glistening in my own eye. Eventually, after a severe struggle with myself, I reluctantly, most reluctantly, consented. But whom have we here?
My lord, a suppliant at your feet, I kneel. Oh, listen to a mother's fond appeal. Hear me tonight, I come in urgent need. Please for my son, young Strephon, that I plead. He loves, if he the bygone years thine eyes have ever shed, tears, bitter unavailing tears, one untimely dead. If in the eventide of life sad thoughts arise, let the memory of my wife plead for my boy. He dies, if fondly laid aside, in some cabinet. Memorials of thy long dead bride lie dearly treasured yet. Then let the hallowed bride address the little dainty glass, the withered flowers, the faded dress, plead for my boy. He loves.
It may not be, for so the fates decide. Learn thou that Phyllis is my promised bride.
My bride! No, no.
It shall be so. Those who would separate us, woe betide.
I doom thy lips have spoken. I plead in vain. Forbear, O vow already broken, I break again.
she has sinned, so have we.
What? We are all fairy duchesses, marchionesses, countesses, viscountesses, and baronesses.
It's our fault. They couldn't help themselves.
It seems they have helped themselves, and pretty freely, too. You have all incurred death, but I can't slaughter the whole company. And yet, the law is clear. Every fairy who marries a mortal dies.
Allow me, as an old equity draftsman, to make a suggestion. The subtleties of the legal mind are equal to the emergency. The thing is really quite simple. The insertion of a single word will do it. Let it stand that every fairy shall die who don't marry a mortal. And there you are, out of your difficulty at once.
We like your humor. Very well. Private Willis?
Ma'am?
To save my life, it is necessary that I marry at once. How should you like to be a fairy guardsman?
Well, ma'am, I don't think much of the British soldier who wouldn't inconvenience himself to save a female in distress.
You're a brave fellow. You're a fairy from this moment. My lords, how say you? Will you join our ranks?
Well, now that the peers are to be composed exclusively of people of intelligence, I don't see what use will be down here.
None whatever!
Good! Then away we go to Fairyland!
Soon as we may offend our way, we'll come in such joy. Happy are we, as you can see. Everyone is now afraid. Everyone is now afraid. Rolling on, two strings go to everyone. We will realize what great will be if you want to go to every string. Though as a general rule we know, two strings go to everyone. Make up your minds what great will be if you want to go to every string.
Up in the sky, ever so high, pleasures come in endless series. We will arrange happy exchange, house of peers for house of peers. Peers, house of peers for house of peers. Up in the air, sky high, free from odds, enchants and I. He will be surely happier for he's such a susceptible Chancellor.
Up in the air, sky high, free from roads and chance and ride. We will be surely happy for he's such a susceptible Chancellor.